Have you ever stared at your ceiling at night and thought, what am I doing with my life? Not in a dramatic way, not for attention, but genuinely. You wake up, you scroll, you see people building something, achieving something, announcing something. Someone got into grad school, someone started a business, someone moved to a new country, someone is engaged, someone looks confident, certain, clear. And then there's you, trying to figure out what you even want for breakfast. If you're between 18 and 24 and you feel lost, confused, behind, uncertain, I need you to hear this slowly. You are not lost. You are becoming. And becoming is uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like clarity. It feels like chaos. This age is strange. You're not a kid anymore, but you don't feel fully established either. People expect you to figure it out, but no one explains how. One day, you're treated like an adult. The next day, you're told you don't know enough. You're told to follow your dreams, but also be practical. Take risks, but don't fail. Be ambitious, but don't disappoint anyone. So you freeze, because what if you choose wrong? That fear right there, that's what makes this generation feel lost. It's not that you don't want to do something. It's that you're scared of committing to something and regretting it. You think one decision will define your entire life, the degree you choose, the job you accept, the city you move to, the relationship you enter. It feels permanent. But it's not. Your early 20s are not about permanence. They're about experimentation. You are allowed to try something and realize it's not for you. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to start over. That's not failure. That's data. For almost 18 years, your life had structure. School gave you deadlines. Parents gave you rules. Society gave you a path. Now suddenly, you're free, and freedom without clarity feels terrifying. Nobody is holding the map anymore, so you assume you're lost, but maybe you're not lost. Maybe you're just drawing your own map for the first time. Let's talk about comparison. Comparison is exhausting this generation. You open social media and it feels like everyone is ahead. Ahead financially, ahead emotionally, ahead socially. But what you're seeing is a highlight reel. No one posts their breakdowns at 2 a.m. No one posts the rejection emails. No one posts the anxiety before big decisions. Everyone looks confident online. But offline? Most people are figuring it out quietly. Some just hide their confusion better. The truth is, 18 to 24 is an identity-building phase. You're unlearning who you were told to be and discovering who you actually are. That process is messy. You might question your beliefs, your friendships, your career path, even your personality. You might not feel like the same person you were 2 years ago. That's not instability. That's evolution. Growth feels like losing familiarity before gaining clarity, and that gap, that in-between space, feels like being lost. But it's transition. Let's talk about pressure. Some of you feel pressure from family. Choose something stable. Don't waste time. By your age, I already had. Different generation, different world, different economy. You're navigating social media pressure, global competition, endless information, and options that didn't exist before. Of course, it feels overwhelming. You're not weak for feeling that. You're human. Let's talk about the fear of being average. A lot of young people today don't just want a normal life. They want meaning, impact, success. And that's beautiful. But the pressure to be extraordinary can make you feel inadequate. If you're not building something huge, you feel like you're falling behind. But extraordinary lives are built through ordinary consistency, through small habits, through boring practice, through showing up when no one is watching. It's not glamorous. It's repetitive. And that's why it feels slow. But slow growth is still growth. Let's talk about relationships. At this age, love feels intense. You fall quickly, you imagine futures, you attach deeply. And when it ends, it feels like your entire world collapsed. You question yourself. Was I not enough? Did I mess it up? Will I ever feel that again? But heartbreak in your 20s is often education. You learn what you need, what you tolerate, what your boundaries are. You learn emotional strength. That's becoming. Let's talk about career confusion. Some of you chose a degree and regret it. Some dropped out. Some are working jobs that feel meaningless. Some don't know where to start, and you feel embarrassed, like everyone else has clarity. But clarity doesn't come from sitting still and overthinking. It comes from action. Try something. Learn from it. Adjust. You don't find direction by waiting. You build it by moving. Every job, every mistake, every attempt gives you information about yourself. That's not wasted time. That's self-discovery. There is no universal timeline, not for success, not for love, not for stability. Some people bloom at 21, some at 29, some at 40. Your timing is not wrong just because it's different. If you feel stuck, maybe you're not stuck. Maybe you're incubating. Just because growth isn't visible doesn't mean it's not happening. A seed underground looks inactive, but inside, it's breaking open. Transformation is quiet before it becomes obvious. Let's talk about anxiety. This age group carries a lot of it. You're making adult decisions without feeling fully ready. You're aware of financial pressure, career uncertainty, global instability. Your brain keeps asking, what if I fail? What if I disappoint everyone? What if I never figure it out? But failure at this stage is not destruction. It's redirection. Most successful people changed paths multiple times. You just don't see those chapters. Instead of asking, why am I so lost? Ask, what am I learning right now? Maybe you're learning resilience, independence, self-awareness, boundaries. Those lessons don't show up on a resume, but they shape your life. You don't need to have your entire life planned. You just need the next step, not the next decade, the next step. One skill to improve, one habit to build, one risk to take. Small steps compound. Confidence doesn't appear magically. It's built through action, through doing the thing even when you're unsure, through trying again after rejection. Let's talk about loneliness. Friendships shift after high school, after college, after moving cities. Suddenly your circle feels smaller and it feels isolating. But loneliness can teach you something powerful. It can teach you to enjoy your own company, to sit with yourself, to understand your thoughts, to develop internal stability. When you're comfortable alone, you stop settling for the wrong people. That's growth. You are not behind because you're single. You are not failing because you haven't achieved something massive yet. You are in progress. And progress sometimes looks like healing. Sometimes it looks like surviving. Sometimes it looks like quietly trying again. That counts. To the overthinkers, you replay conversations, you analyze decisions, you imagine worst-case scenarios. You want certainty before you move. But certainty rarely comes first. Courage does. Courage is acting despite uncertainty. And confidence grows from courage. You build belief in yourself by proving to yourself that you can handle discomfort. That's adulthood, not knowing everything, but moving anyway. This stage of your life is not about perfection. It's about foundation. You're building mental strength, emotional awareness, decision-making skills, even if it doesn't look impressive on the outside. Stop labeling yourself as lost. Start seeing yourself as evolving. You are shedding old identities, old expectations, old versions of yourself. That shedding feels unstable, but it's necessary. You can't grow into a new version of yourself without outgrowing the old one. If today you feel confused, good. It means you're thinking critically. It means you care about your future. It means you're not settling for autopilot. This discomfort is shaping you. One day you'll look back at this version of yourself, uncertain, questioning, trying, and you'll realize this was the turning point. This was when you stopped blindly following and started intentionally choosing. You are not behind. You are unfolding. You are not failing. You are learning. You are not lost. You are becoming. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself, and most importantly, keep moving, even slowly, even imperfectly. Because growth doesn't always feel like growth. Sometimes it feels like confusion. But confusion is often the first step toward clarity. Trust that this phase is forming you. Trust that your path is allowed to look different. Trust that you are building, can't see it yet. You are not lost. You are becoming. And becoming takes time. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you feel connected with this content. Good luck, and stay safe.